I cannot wait for Thursday night in Big D at AT&T Stadium in Dallas. And with the 32nd overall pick, the Super Bowl champion, Philadelphia Eagles select, ... But are we even going to get to hear it on Thursday night? Because obviously there's been a lot of rumblings that the Eagles might trade back. Howie Roseman has made it known that the Birds are open for business. So are we going to have to wait until Friday night to hear the Eagles make a selection? Wait until the second round when David Akers is going to be going up there to make the pick in Dallas. Well, he's tentatively going to make the second round pick. Obviously, the Eagles don't have a second or a third. That's obviously the biggest reason as to why you'd want to trade back from the first round, have that huge gap. I mean, it's like 100-plus picks that the Eagles would have to wait between the first round and the fourth. But it's not only because they don't have a second and a third. When you look at the positions of need that the Eagles have and you look at the positions overall in this class, Eagles need a tackle. Well, it's not really a strong tackle class, not a lot of depth in it. Linebackers, it's pretty good at the top. But then once you get from the top, there is a drop-off. So you look at those two positions alone, and if you say you take a Darius Geis in the first round, that's been the popular opinion. That's been who a lot of people want. If you take a Darius Geis, then all of a sudden you're missing out on your tackle, you're missing out on your linebacker, because by the time the fourth round comes around, a lot of the top options are gone. Obviously, a lot of top options are gone, but even some of the secondary options, the middle-tier options, are going to be gone because there is a drop-off. Even if you watched our little NFL mock draft simulator that Brent and I did the other day, by the time we rolled around to the fourth round, we're looking for a tackle, and the best tackle on the board, well, it was the kid Harrison from West Georgia, and he's a big project guy. He was at Texas. He got booted off the team, but he's not a guy that is anything to get excited about. I mean, your Martinez Rankins, your Jaron Christians of the world, Austin Corbetts, Jamarco Jones, even Brandon Parker, they were all gone. So you were left with Desmond Harrison and, a bunch of other guys. Chukwuma Okorafor was gone too. So there really is going to be guys taken in the second and third round of tackle. Mike McGlinchey is the consensus number one, but there's not really a lot of, I'd say, first-round talent at tackle. And I'm not even a big Mike McGlinchey fan. Some people like Connor Williams. Okay, he's all right. But it's definitely not a strong tackle class. Even when you look at linebacker, you obviously you know about your Leighton Vander Esch's and your Rashawn Evans and obviously the guys at the top that the Eagles are definitely not going to sniff. But after that, you got your Malik Jeffersons. If that's a target you want to go in the second round. In the third round, maybe you get like a Darius Leonard. But after that, there is a drop off, and if you're the Birds and you go with say Darius Geis in the first round, all of a sudden you might be shit out of luck to add some linebacker depth. So the thing about running back, it's a very, very deep running back class. So as much as we all like Darius Geis, and he was the guy that I picked in my mock draft, it may actually be a better option to wait for running back, because in the fourth round, well, there's so much depth that you're going to have Royce Freeman available potentially, a Bo Scarborough, a Mark Walton, a Krum Wadley, whoever the case may be. There's a lot of good running backs in this class. So you look at that position, and it might be better off to go somewhere else, even in the first round. Even if you want to go somewhere else in the first round, then wait until the fourth. Now, Darius Geis, I like him a lot, and I think he's going to be really, really good at the next level. But when you look at it, when you take the whole big picture into account and how the draft is going to play out, well, maybe you don't want to take a running back in the first round. I'm also hearing even with Leighton Vander Esch, the kid from Boise State. he's not passing medicals. According to Matt Miller of the Bleacher Report, he's saying that 5 teams have already flunked him on their medical because there's a spine problem. There's a spine issue there. So if you take Leighton Vander Esch off the board, if he is off the board, all of a sudden that, the top of that linebacker class, while it's talented, there's a drop-off after that. And in the 4th round in our mock draft, a guy like Josie Jewell wasn't available in the 4th round. So some of these linebackers, we settled for Josh Sweat. That was the guy that was available. I do like the Hercules Malafala kid from Washington State, so he was available. But it's you're kind of looking at being in a bind in the 4th round. If you go 1st round and you wait until the 4th round, all of a sudden you're a little bit in a bind about who you want to take. If you can trade back and get a 2nd or a 3rd, that's the most ideal scenario. So you can attack tackle and linebacker, and then you can wait for your running back because there's so much depth. It's kind of like last year with the cornerback class. If you remember, the cornerback class, really, really stout. So you're getting 2nd round value in the 3rd round. You're getting 3rd round value in the 4th round. That's what the Eagles got, obviously, with 2 guys. Well, Sidney Jones was hurt, had that Achilles tear, so that slid him back to the 2nd round. But even you look at Rasul Douglas, he was taken a round later than he should have gone. So you got, a guy a round back, however you word it. They got him I guess he should have gone around before, but he didn't. So because the class was so deep. And then even you look at wide receivers. I'll say this about the wide receivers: it's not a great class in terms of guys at the top. A lot of the guys at the top, I think, are going to be like number 2s. Like DJ Moore, I don't know if you can build a wide receiving core around him, but I think he'd be a really hell of a good number 2, like a Golden Tate would be, because I see a lot of Golden Tate in his game. Cortland Sutton, I can definitely maybe see him being a number 1. We'll see. And obviously Calvin Ridley. But after those 2 guys, I don't know if you have a clear-cut number 1. You have like a bunch of 2 guys. And by the time you get to the 4th and 5th round, there are some guys that are going to be available, like, say, Marcel Aitman from Oklahoma State. There's going to be guys available. So, if you want to go tackle or, say, linebacker 2nd and 3rd round, you can get your running backs in the 4th, and you got 2 picks in the 4th. So, running back and wide receiver. So I think that the draft would play itself out a lot easier if you trade back. So there's many different reasons as to why to trade back, obviously, because you don't have the 2nd and a 3rd. But the other reason is kind of what I just explained is some of the positions that you need to fill, not a lot of depth in the positions that you need. So you want the 2nd and a 3rd for this draft and for the positions that you need to fill. I know, like, best player available is, usually what you go after if you're a team with minimal holes. But you still want to add some depth to your linebacking core. You want to add some depth at tackle in case, Big V falters or whatever. So that's kind of the way I'm looking at the situation. So I'm in trade back mode. I think it's the right call. I think it's the right thing to do. And even if you look at the talent level, I mean, there's not a lot of separation from the guys that are from 20 to, say, 50. So 20 to 50, not really much of a drop-off at all. So the guy that you're getting at 50, you're basically almost getting the same guy that you'd get at 32. So that's the way I look at this and why the Eagles should trade back in this year's NFL draft. Adrian Fedkiw, out.